A cannibalistic warlord named Barbecue has taken over Haiti. So he's basically forced, I wish I had the article in front of me, but he's basically forced the prime minister of Haiti to step down. It's been over the past, I think, year or so at least. They've been doing these violent attacks. They've been breaking into prisons and freeing prisoners. And it's just gotten to a point where the prime minister, after a diplomatic meeting with a foreign nation, was turned around when he was trying to land at the airport and forced to basically be exiled temporarily. The prime minister, I think, was eventually let into the country, but he's announced since that he is going to step down. There's a sort of like transitional committee that's meeting up to try to pick the next leader. But it does seem like Barbecue and his, I think, cannibalistic cult have gained control over the nation of Haiti, which is very unfortunate, as it is in all stories that are kind of this ilk. This did not happen overnight. You know, Barbecue didn't just like pop out randomly and be like, yeah, let's go, I'm gonna take over Haiti. That's not necessarily what happened. This has kind of been a buildup of things that have been happening over the past 10-15 years at the very least. Now, AP News did put out an article out on the 7th with a very helpful description of some of the major events that took place that kind of led to what we ended up seeing with the massive rise in Barbecue's reign. So in January 2010, we see here, Haiti was rocked by an earthquake, and that put Haiti into a humanitarian crisis. I think historically Haiti's been known as actually a nice place, but for as much as I've been following politics, it has been in a perpetual state of poverty, in large part probably due to this earthquake. In July of 2021, the Haitian president, Jovenel Moïse, please, I'm probably butchering his name, and I apologize for that. He got assassinated in his home by a group of foreign mercenaries in a plot that authorities say involved elite Haitian police officers. The slaying captures the nation's attention and triggers the spiral of gang violence that has deepened month by month. Then going all the way into January of 2023, after Haiti's government fails to hold elections, citing unprecedented levels of gang violence, Haiti is stripped of its last democratically elected officials. Critics say it exacerbated democratic decay and turned the country into a de facto dictatorship. Also, there was this over here, something that was important to note. I believe it was in 2023. At some point in 2023, the U.S. had planned an invasion of Haiti. This was an interesting headline that I saw when researching this topic. This happened in October of 2023. The United Nations Council authorized an armed intervention in Haiti. This new effort, aimed at breaking the stranglehold of paramilitary-style gangs in Haiti's capital of Port-au-Prince, will not be an official UN peacekeeping mission. Instead, it is being organized and funded directly by the United States, with 1,000 police officers from Kenya slated to take the lead on the ground. So, you know, we saw this rise in gang violence, and UN was like, okay, well, not UN, the United States was like, we're going to intervene. Kenya said, okay, we're help. Since the massive rise of Barbecue, basically deposing the prime minister, Kenya's actually recently said, you know what, we're actually not going to send any more troops over into Haiti because the situation is so bad. But this isn't the first time that countries have tried to intervene and invade Haiti. There's this very long article, and I don't have time to go through all of it. This is from the Washington Post, but basically there have been a lot of failed interventions into Haiti, from mostly led by the United Nations, the United States, and generally they've just failed. The country has just continued to fall into chaos and anarchy, leading up to what we have here. On February 29th, 2024, Haitian gangs carry out a series of coordinated attacks across Haiti's capital, Port-au-Prince, killing at least 4 police officers. Powerful gang leader Jimmy Cherizier, better known as Barbecue, who, by the way, he runs the cannibalistic cult over there. Cherizier says he aimed to capture police and government officials and block the return of Prime Minister Ariel Henry He was in Kenya to push for the United Nations-backed international police force to fight gangs in Haiti. Henry signs an agreement with Kenya to deploy 1,000 police officers to the Caribbean nation. This is on March 1st to combat gang violence. A painstaking process delayed by courts that ruled that the deployment is unconstitutional. In March 2nd, gangs in Haiti continued to carry out attacks, this time storming 2 of the country's biggest prisons and freeing more than 1,000 inmates, and prompted police to urgently appeal for help as they say security forces are overwhelmed. March 3, Haiti's government declared a state of emergency and a nighttime curfew, hoping to control the explosion of violence. March 4th, heavily armed gangs tried to seize control of Haiti's main international airport, shutting down flights and fueling chaos as Prime Minister Ariel Henry remains out of the country following a trip to Kenya, and prompts many in Haiti to wonder where their leader is. March 5th, Henry lands in Puerto Rico after gang leader Che Razier effectively declares war on him. The Prime Minister was on a charter flight destined for the Dominican Republic, which shares an island of Hispaniola with Haiti, but the flight was diverted after the country announced it was suspending air traffic with Haiti. March 6th, with embattled Henry locked out of his country, Haitian politicians begin to form alliances and vie for power. Ooh, that's not good. That's never good. That's pretty bad. So they're basically fighting over the scraps even before Henry announced that he was stepping down, I think. That's never good. Because at that point, that's like the government basically just like eating itself alive. Henry faces increasing pressures to resign from both within Haiti and internationally. March 7th, Haiti remains paralyzed as gangs continue their rampage. The country extends its nighttime curfew and state of emergency measures. Meanwhile, the country's leader, Henry, stays silent while he travels the world and attempts to negotiate a way back into his country, something that appears increasingly unlikely. And, again, this article is slightly old. Henry has since resigned. This is a very unfortunate situation. And, I need to do more studying and research because I'd like to know exactly why is it that a lot of these nations in Africa tend to fall apart. I think part of it is probably due to interventions. But at the same time, it's not like America or the United Nations caused the 7.1 magnitude earthquake that happened all the way back in 2010. So, the fact that things have kind of been descending in Haiti, maybe not entirely their fault, but one would hope that every single sovereign nation would be self-sustaining and be able to, pick itself up after a tragedy or, maintain a police presence that is, present enough to prevent, warlords and gangs and whatnot from rising up. So at some point, you do have to wonder, this is a failing of the government when you cannot keep gang violence under control. But again, I would like to know more about the mechanisms for why exactly Haiti's government failed in this way, because there's got to be more to the story than just, they had an earthquake and then America trying to intervene for 5 years. That can't be the entire story. So eventually I might do a deep dive about the whole situation that's going on in Haiti. Same time, this is massive news. It's a shame. I think that this actually should get more coverage than it does, which is why I'm talking about it here on the stream. I don't have any stake in the game or whatever. I just want to cover it so that you guys know what's happening. But anyways, if you guys have any thoughts about this, definitely leave them down in the comments below, because I'm fascinated in hearing different perspectives on international news, international subjects.